Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Contracts are incoming for Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba. According to Fabrizio Romano, talks have been ongoing between Manchester United and the agent of Bruno Fernandes over a new contract since July. Fernandes is under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Bruno Fernandes wants to stay at Manchester United. Fernandes is one of our best players and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. Fernandes has been at Manchester United for almost 2 years. In most of his games at Man United he's been very consistent, but there's also been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. Fernandes scored a fantastic goal from 25 yards out in the 4-1 win against Newcastle, and he scored his first Man United hat-trick in the 5-1 win against Leeds on the opening day. Last season, Bruno Fernandes won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. We got Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Now, Paul Pogba's brother, Matthias, has said that Pogba's contract situation is up in the air, and he said that Pogba will decide his Man United future at the right time. Yesterday, David Ornstein from The Athletic said that Paul Pogba is leaning towards a new Man United contract after the impact of Cristiano Ronaldo. Before the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Well, it said earlier on this season that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. I hope Pogba signs a new contract. Pogba's enjoyed a very good start to the season. Paul Pogba has 7 assists and we've only played 4 games so far. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he had a thigh injury and Pogba sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. The other week, Defensa Central said that Pogba favours a switch to Real Madrid over the PSG deal. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with Paul Pogba. A couple of years ago, Pogba came out and said that he's seeking for a new challenge, and he spoke about Real Madrid and his relationship with Zinedine Zidane. A report by 2O Sports said the other week that Juventus want to re-sign Pogba next summer. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. And back in August, he said that Pogba's set to join PSG on a free next summer because PSG are pushing to sign him next summer. And at one point he said PSG are prepared to offer Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. PSG couldn't get him in this year's summer transfer window because they got Lionel Messi. Pogba's agent Bruno Fernandes has been working hard to get Pogba out of the club. He's done a lot of talking. He made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He did say that Pogba's career at Man United was over. He was unhappy and he had to leave, and he had no intentions of extending his contract. Ollie was furious with Bruno Fernandes' announcement. This is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid 89 million for him. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Now, will Cristiano Ronaldo win the Champions League for Man United? Cristiano Ronaldo says Man United can win the Champions League ahead of the game against Young Boys this evening. Don't forget, Ronaldo scored twice on his second debut against Newcastle on Saturday. Ronaldo gave a speech to his new Man United teammates on his return, and he demands more for his Man United teammates. Solskjaer says it's not impossible to leave Ronaldo out of the team. Solskjaer insists that he doesn't have to play Ronaldo for every game. Ronaldo has hinted that he's looking to stay at Man United beyond his current contract. Ronaldo signed a 2-year contract with Man United with an option of a 3rd year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Old Trafford, and Ronaldo is wearing the number 7 shirt. We got Ronaldo for 19.8 million. I can assure he's going to do really well in his second spell at Man United, despite him being the age of 36. Couple of weeks ago, Ronaldo gave his first interview after re-signing, and he said, "I'm very happy to be back home after 12 years. And don't forget, Ronaldo became the all-time international top scorer with 2 late goals against Ireland." Ronaldo did very well in his first spell at Man United. He scored 118 goals in 292 games in all competitions. And he won 3 Premier League titles, the Champions League, the FA Cup, 2 League Cups and the FIFA Club World Cup. And in his first spell he endured 6 years. When we first got Ronaldo, we paid 12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon. Sold him to Real Madrid in 2009 for 80 million. He endured like 10 years with Real Madrid. And Juventus got him in 2018 for 88 million. He endured 3 years at Juventus. But Ronaldo was our final signing of the summer transfer window. But Solskjaer has already said that we are the favourites for the title with Ronaldo. I'm hoping Manchester United can sign a midfielder in January or next summer. We failed to sign a midfielder in this year's summer transfer window. We went in for quite a few midfielders. Obviously, we've been linked with Declan Rice from West Ham. said the other week that Man United identified Declan Rice as the number one midfield transfer target for next summer. Declan Rice is likely to leave West Ham next summer as he targets a club offering Champions League football. Solskjaer is confident on the Declan Rice transfer. But when the summer transfer window was open, it did mention that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants Declan Rice, and Declan Rice did mention that he was unhappy with West Ham's 100 million price tag. Rice has rejected a few contract offers at West Ham. Rice has got 3 years left on his contract at West Ham. When the summer transfer window was open, we also went in for Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. Obviously, he joined Chelsea on loan. We went in for Eduardo Camavinga. He signed for Real Madrid. And we also went in for Ruben Neves. Man United are going to sell players next year. The players I want us to offload. I want us to offload Anthony Martial next year. Don't forget Martial rejected the chance to join Lyon on loan. I want us to offload Juan Mata. I want us to offload Jesse Lingard. Last week Jesse Lingard rejected a new Man United contract offer over playing time concerns despite him being in the last year of his deal. Earlier on in the summer, Lingard snubbed the return to West Ham. Last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. I think we want 12 million for Lingard ahead of the January transfer window. In the summer transfer window, we wanted 25 million for Lingard. Next year, I think we need to offload Donny van de Beek because Donny van de Beek is not getting enough game time at Manchester United. Don't forget Solskjaer rejected Donny van de Beek's exit because Everton were close to signing him on loan. Now Van de Beek must start this evening's game against Young Boys. He should have started against Newcastle on Saturday, but he didn't. We played Matic ahead of Van de Beek on Saturday against Newcastle, but Van de Beek did come on in the game. Solskjaer says that Van de Beek's working hard to get into the team. Prior to the Newcastle game, Solskjaer said he's prepared to play Van de Beek in a two-man midfield. Solskjaer hints at a new role for Van de Beek this term. Well, the other week, Van de Beek gave Ole Gunnar Solskjaer his best position. Van de Beek reckons he will be best served operating as a number 6 or as a number 8. We've got to offload Nemanja Matic next year. Fred, we need to offload him next year. Whether we're doing it, I do not know. I've got my strong reservations about Fred. Phil Jones, we need to offload him next year. I think he'll leave at the end of the season because when the summer transfer window was open, it said that Phil Jones is set to stay at Man United this season after Solskjaer told him he remains part of his plans. Diego Dalot, I also want us to offload him next year. Edison Cavani, I'm expecting him to leave at the end of this season. So there you go, and you know what? Man United did enjoy a good summer transfer window. We made 4 signings. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. We brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. And we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. In the summer transfer window, we spent around 140 million. And Solskjaer did receive the backing he deserved, which was good to see. Our owners, the Glazers, had backed him. only because they'd been persuaded to. Because towards the end of last season, a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford, because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. Solskjaer did reveal, though, that the Glazers apologised for that. John Murtough backed him in the summer transfer window. John Murtough is our director of football, and we definitely made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. Darren Fletcher also backed him in the summer transfer window, and we made the right decision recommending him back in. We only managed to sell one player in the summer transfer window. That was disappointing. The player we sold was Daniel James. We sold him to Leeds for 25 million. The reason we sold him is because we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. We did loan a few players out though in the summer transfer window. We loaned Brandon Williams out, we loaned Ethan Laird out, we loaned Andres Pereira out, we loaned Axel Tuanzebe out, we loaned Tahith Chong out, and we loaned Facundo Pellistri out. But you know what? We have got a title winning squad, so the time for excuses is over. Solskjaer mentioned a few weeks ago that he told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that Solskjaer was part of. You know, we've got the best player in the world in Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, we've got Jadon Sancho. That's very good. I think Sancho will do well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. I thought Sancho was good against Newcastle. Weren't too good though against Wolves before the international break, because he couldn't really get into that game. We got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included, and Sancho's under contract with Man United till June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Sancho to Man United was official on the 23rd of July. Sancho endured 4 good years with Dortmund, and I'm convinced that Man United will replicate what he did in his 4 years at Dortmund. Sancho predominantly plays on the right, but you can also play him on the left. We started him on the left against Newcastle on Saturday. Raphael Varane, you know, he's a very, very good centre-half. He's had a good start at Man United. I thought he was very good on his home debut against Newcastle on Saturday. He was unlucky not to score from that diving header, and he was very effective in the air, and he looked well composed and did well on his debut against Wolves. Varane to Man United was official just before kick-off against Leeds on the opening day. We got Varane in a deal worth 41 million, with add-ons included. We paid 34 million up front. Varane signed a 4-year contract with Man United with an option of a 5th year, and he did get given that number 19 shirt. Like I said, Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and got a great pedigree as a player, because he won a lot of trophies when he was at Real Madrid. And Varane was a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He endured 10 years with them. Tom Heaton, he's an okay goalkeeper. Obviously, we brought him in as a backup. To his credit, he did well throughout pre-season. We got him on a free, didn't we? I think it was pointless us getting him, but we did get him on a free, like I said. Heaton signed a 2-year contract with Man United with an option of a further year. Dean Henderson, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. Obviously, Dean Henderson has been unavailable because at one point he had COVID and he's been recovering from COVID. But I think Henderson is close to returning now. Henderson did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. And before the start of last season, Dean Henderson signed a 6-year contract with Man United. So reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. Henderson's gained experience because he enjoyed 2 successful loans at Sheffield. He's also had other loan spells before. David De Gea, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. He's enjoyed a pretty good start to this season. He's been in goal for our first 4 league games. Obviously, we know De Gea is staying at Man United for this season because earlier on in the summer, De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting place, and De Gea did mention that he's determined to fight for his Man United future. This season is De Gea's 11th season at Man United. He's enjoyed 10 years at the club, so he's been a long servant. He's remained loyal to us for so long. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. De Gea has 2 years left on his contract and he receives £375,000 a week. A few years ago, De Gea was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world because he's won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. He has made mistakes in the last couple of years. Wan-Bissaka, he's a good right back. He's probably one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville, but there's aspects of Wan-Bissaka's game that's got to improve. I think his positioning's got to improve. He's got to get forward more. His crossing's got to improve. So that's what needs to improve. And I thought Wan-Bissaka was poor against Newcastle. Like I said to you, made so many mistakes defensively, couldn't put a decent cross into the box and lacked that attacking intent. But defensively, more or less, he's always been good. This season is Wan-Bissaka's 3rd full season at Man United. We got him in a deal worth $50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. You've got Luke Shaw, very, very good left back. I think Luke Shaw's enjoyed a pretty good start to this season. Luke Shaw got an assist against Newcastle. Luke Shaw was superb last season. In fact, last season, he was the best left back in the Premier League. Luke Shaw's been our first choice left back for a while, despite us getting Alex Telles last year. Still remains our first choice left back, and I think Shaw has had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. Shaw's been with us now for a good 7 years or so. I think we are in the process of extending his contract. Harry Maguire, he's a decent centre-half. He's had his good games at Man United, he's also had his bad games. Newcastle, he was average. He was the main culprit for Newcastle's equalising goal. We should get the best out of Maguire now with Varane alongside him. Last season, Maguire was out with an ankle injury, so he was a miss. We overpaid for Maguire, got him in a deal worth $80 million from Leicester. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the 2nd most expensive signing at the club, behind Pogba. Eric Bailly, he's a decent centre-half. My element of concern about Eric Bailly is injury prone, so in that aspect he's a liability. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Earlier on in the summer, it said Bailly's future was in doubt following the arrival of Varane. I said we need to keep Bailly as a backup, so if Varane or Maguire get injured, then Bailly is the plan B. We've got quite a few centre-halves, but obviously I prefer Bailly ahead of Lindelof and Phil Jones. Obviously Lindelof's going to find it hard to get in the team now, with obviously Varane and Harry Maguire first choice centre-halves, and as Jones, he doesn't get in the team anyway. Scott McTominay, he's a decent player. McTominay needs more time. Still young, got a lot of development in him. McTominay's just come back from a groin injury. He had surgery on his groin. Just after the first lockdown last year, McTominay signed a 5-year contract with Man United, so reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. Like I said, Pogba's good, Fernandes is good. Mason Greenwood, he's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. And Greenwood's enjoyed a good start to this season, 3 goals already. Got the assist for Ronaldo's opener against Newcastle on Saturday. Greenwood made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7, so he's been part of the club for a long time. And last season, Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract. Most of the time, Greenwood plays on the right, and he can play up top as well. Edison Cavani, he's made an impact since he's come in. Cavani will leave at the end of this season, like I said. Cavani's actually absent at the moment. Marcus Rashford, he's good when he wants to be, but he's enjoyed his bad periods at Man United. He was out of form towards the end of last season, was Marcus Rashford. And he's become injury prone, which is a concern. Rashford's out with a shoulder injury at the moment. He's till October. Earlier on this summer, Rashford decided to have surgery on his shoulder. We need to keep Rashford on the left-hand side when he comes back, because that's where he seems to be more effective. So there you go. We have got a good squad. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.